Hi everyone, in this video we are going to start solving the questions of database on Leetcode. So we know like Leetcode is a very powerful and a good platform where you can practice all your database question. So I have logged into my Leetcode account. So you can simply create a Leetcode account if you don't have it. And you can simply search database here, and in the database we are going to start solving the question, the easy one. Okay, so as we are going to process, so we are going to increase the difficulty level, so we are going to start from very basic. So we have a question, okay, which is started with 175. So this question starts with a basic join, so we are going to solve the questions on join, group by, and many more. So if I open the question give me a second. Okay, so the question is here. Okay, so every time whenever you're trying to solve the question, so it's my personal humble request to write down the things clearly, so it will help you out. So as it has been mentioned, like we have a person table. Okay, so see the person table is there. So as per the details, they have clearly mentioned the person ID is a primary key. So okay, the person ID is a primary key. I just write it down properly. Now the table contains all the information about the ID of a person and other thing, and we also have an address column. So let's write it down, address. And here the address ID is a primary key, and if you clearly see, so the person ID here and the person ID here, so both are available. So the person ID should be the primary key at this place. So the person ID is a foreign key and the address table, correct? And the person ID is a primary key in the person table, so they have both both the tables are related to each other using the person ID. Now, so what they have mentioned, we have to write the solution to get the first name, last name, city and state of each person in a table. Okay, and you need to get those details where the person ID is not present in the address table. So if the address in the address table, if a person is not available, okay, what I need to do is I need to get the null values. Okay, so let's first try to get all those users which are present in both the table. So we know how to perform a join. So we are going to access the first name, last name, city and state from the first table. The first table is person, and I wanted to join it with the second table. The second table is address, and the condition is where the first table, like person dot person ID, because this person ID is a primary key, is matches with the foreign key. So the foreign key is address dot person ID. Clear? Let's try to match it right now in this scenario, so we will understand whether we are getting all the answer as per our request or not. So that this table is here, so we get the first name, we get both the values. So see, so we are occupying the Bob and Alice. Okay, but they have also asked me to get all the first name and last name, okay, of those user where the city doesn't match. So that means we wanted to get the data from the person tables. So if you wanted to get the data from the person table irrespective of whether there is a match or not, so that means you have to perform a left join. So if we perform a left join, so definitely we are going to get the data from the left table, from the person table, irrespective of the values from here. Just a second, I think we made a mistake a little bit. Okay, let's check it out. Or maybe we can simply use a using keyword. Okay, done. So let's try to submit it. Why we have gone with the using? Because both the table, the person ID is similar, correct? So we are able to solve this issue. Okay, I hope you got my point. Clear? Now, so that was one of the basic question. The second question that we are going to solve is this this particular one. duplicate email. Okay, this is a very common question which is quite simple and easy to understand. The question simply says, like, we have again a person table. So let's write down, we have a person table. So here id is a primary key. Okay, now we have the email id, so they have clearly mentioned the email ids are all small. So they have asked us to write a solution to report all the duplicate email. Okay, what are the duplicate emails which are present? Now if you see, we have this id and email. So see, at a@b.com, c@d.com, and a@b.com. So that means we have some data which is duplicate, and what we are required to get, we are required to get only that particular email id which is duplicated. So the duplicated simply means you need to get those email id which has occurred more than once. Okay, which is available more than once. So if you wanted to get all those email id which has occurred more than once, so that means you need to get the count of each email id. Okay, so if you wanted to get the count, so we simply know, like, we can simply only use a group operation, a group by. So let's try to get it. So select, the column name is email. Okay, from the table name is person. Now what we are going to do, we are going to say group by, okay, based on the email column, and we are also going to count it. So why we are doing that? Just to understand either we are getting the correct answer as per our requirement or not. Okay, so I'm just running it just to see. So see, I am getting a@b.com with the value 2 and c@d.com with the value 1. So means this c@d has occurred only once, so I'm getting it once. So I need to get those user which has been repeated, which has been duplicate. So that means their count should be more than 1. So if you wanted to filter out the data based on the count operation, so simply you have to go with having clause. So having count of the values greater than 1, and I don't require this count right now, so I just skip it. And if you see, the output simply required a email as a column name, so I'm going to change this as a alias. I'm going to rename it. Okay, so let's try to run it. Let's try to see. So the case has been accepted, so the output was required as this, and we get the same output. Let's try to submit it. And hopefully we should be getting the output correct. Okay, so I hope you got the basic questions solved here, that is 175 and 176. Still, if you feel there is some sort of issues, you are not able to solve the question, feel free to ask me. I will be happy to assist you. Okay, so thank you for watching this particular video. So keep learning, keep solving the questions, and have a great day. Enjoy.